I read today that somebody gave a scarecrow a promotion.
Oh, really?
Yes, apparently he was outstanding in his field.
Hi everyone. So I found in life, when you learn something from someone, if they know a lot about a subject, that actually makes them very bad teachers in a way. Because they talk to you as if you only know 50% of what they know, when in fact you have 0% their knowledge. So they say those who can't do, teach. Well, I think the opposite is also true in many situations. And that is that those who are very good at something usually makes very bad teachers. Now I've taught myself from about 18 months ago how to program, and now I'm going to teach my wife. Wait, let me first call her in my sexy Spanish voice.
Frau, kom met hier und leg das Kuchen hinunter.
She just loves that stuff, but this may still take a few hours.
Hi everyone, I'm the wife. I like to bake, feed my chickens, and play Minesweeper on the PC box. The last book I read was about some
Okay,
guy...
whoa. Let me just take it from here. Okay, so the last book I have read was... oh yes, I've watched a lot of videos and actual courses about a few programming languages as well. At the moment I am 73% proficient in HTML. I am 88% proficient in Google. I am 93% proficient in Windows 95. Then I went on to Windows 98, and from there I went on to Windows 2000.
Oh my goodness, you're like an old Mark. What's his Facebook?
Yes, well, you see, one thing that I've learned is that in almost all of these videos, people don't really appreciate just how little their audience knows about the subject they are talking about. So they go so fast from one subject to another, then halfway through the course only 10% of people are still watching, because they have already lost 90% of people they started out with. So, some time ago I wanted to sell 2 cows, and I thought, well, maybe you can sell stuff on the internet. Now, I don't think anybody have tried selling something on the internet before, but I like a challenge. So I learned HTML and CSS and 1 or 2 more things and created my website.
Oh, I remember. And you sold them really quickly, didn't you?
Well, yes. Actually, I had not started with the website yet when, Jim came along. And I told him what I was doing, and he actually said that he wanted a cow. So I sold one to him, and the other one actually turned out to be a bull. So I decided to keep that one, because he can always pull a plow or something like that. But I still went ahead and built a website, cause you never know for the future. So my wife baked a cake this morning, and I told her, hey, why not build a website and sell some of that cake? Cause we are only gonna eat about half of it, and she can make some money from the rest. So I'm going to teach wife how to build a website, and you can follow along and learn with her.
So who do you think would like to follow along, honey?
Ah, good question. So if you have any cows that you want to sell, or you know how to bake a cake, and maybe you want to sell a few pieces of it, then you have come to the right place.
Do you think those are the only people who will be able to learn something?
Well, no, I think sheep will even work, and then if you bake some bread, that might work. Actually, the highest YouTuber at the moment is actually into pies, you know. I do not know exactly how many he bakes, but he has like a ton of subscribers. I think his name is Cutie Pie or something like that. So the next question is, what will these videos look like? Wow. So many times we will be looking at code on the screen like this, because we will actually be coding. And so here's a few lines of a website
that I quickly put together that looks something like this when you run it in your web browser. And we can add to that if we, let's say, put a paragraph in here and we say she shells on the seashore, and we save it, and then it will show up here. She on. Whoa, what is going on here? I think my PC is broken. Alright, I will sort that out. Anyway, so as you can see, just a few lines of code. We have our website here, and we'll be doing this probably most of the time. And then other times we are going to the whiteboard.
Oh dear, I thought that was only for terrorists.
No, you are thinking about waterboard. So on the waterboard I will be explaining programming concepts so that things will become clear to you, just like they are to me as a man.
Ah, so you will be mansplaining.
Yes, I like the sound of that. And then we will also be writing our own cheat sheet.
That doesn't sound very ethical.
No. A cheat sheet is where you write only the important things down, so that you can later look them up when you want to quickly refresh about something, or look at different options that you can use for a problem that you have. So here's an example of one I created for jQuery when I learned that. Let me just refresh it quickly. Like you can see, this tutorial 94 timestamp. This is giving a timestamp. I can insert something here and it will insert it, drag me, showing whatever, how that works. And so for every lesson we're just gonna make a heading and what we learn in that lesson, and then when you ever go back and you want to learn again, you can just read through this, you type this yourself, and you will quickly catch up on what you have learned, and a quick refresher course within 10 minutes. And then we are also gonna put what we have learned in our website and build it up into something, just like this one I built 18 months ago.
Ah! Yikes! That doesn't look very nice.
Well, this was after only one day of learning, and I think I was only 4.3% proficient in HTML back then. I did not even have cows anymore. The one we will be doing will of course look a lot better now that I am 87% proficient in HTML. Now, getting back to the cheat sheet. I'm not going to put the code up on the internet for someone just to download, like many people do, because the whole purpose of it is to actually type the code yourself. And I have found just typing the code of that lesson helps 124% in learning better. Because even the courses I paid for, I just sat there and watched the whole thing while taking naps in between. And halfway through you realize, well, hang on, I did not even learn anything yet. And that is when people just give up on the whole thing. But even if this may happen to you in this course, you will have your cheat sheet to go back to and just refresh yourself within a few minutes every time. And as they say, even just a few lines of coding in the hand is worth 2 birds in the bush.
That's such a great saying.
And you will also have the confidence when you look back at it that at one point in history you knew what it said and did, so you can figure it out very quickly again.
Now honey, is it still really relevant today to learn how to HTML and CSS? Isn't there many other programs on the internet that will just build your website for you?
That is true, yes, but you have to remember that you also have to learn those programs. And I did try them out. But in the end I just decided, why not learn something that you may even do as a job later and get paid for. But one of the most important reasons to learn how to program is that every day you use appliances that works with programs. And not knowing how to program is like visiting France, and every day is like,
Howdy, mate. Wanna join us for a nice Barbie? That's a pretty Sheila you have there.
and you don't even understand a word the silly French are saying. So not knowing how to program is going to be a bigger and bigger handicap, and the best way to learn is by making your own website. So as they say, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with filling up the gas tank, checking the tire pressure, making sure the sandwiches are packed.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Anyway, we'll see you on the next video. Ciao!
Goodbye now.